In this video, we're going to learn how to embellish our knitting with beads, and there are several methods to add beads to your knitting. In this video, we're going to learn how to add a bead to a specific stitch. So we've created a simple stockinette swatch with knitting on the right side, purl on the wrong side. We've knit a few stitches to put us to the place where we want to add the bead. Our swatch is large needles, large yarn, big beads, size D crochet hook. You're going to use whatever your pattern requires. So the first thing we need to do is we need to slide a bead onto the crochet hook, and then we slide the stitch that we want to bead off of the knitting needle onto the crochet hook. Be very careful not to drop the stitch. Then slide the bead down the crochet hook and over the loop of the hook, the tip of the hook, onto the stitch itself. Return your stitch back to your left needle and then knit this stitch in the traditional manner, locking that bead into place on that stitch. So let's knit a few stitches and then let's add a bead right here. So again, we're going to slide the hook through the center of the bead, very carefully remove the stitch from the left needle, and we're going to make sure that we've cut all the strands of the yarn. Then, catching the yarn with the tip of the hook, we're going to slide the bead over the edge of the hook, and then we're going to replace the stitch on the left needle. Traditionally, you want to make sure that you haven't twisted your stitch. However, because of the way the beads are added, it's not necessarily going to be noticeable if you do twist your stitch. I do recommend trying not to twist the stitch, but I don't think that it will make a tremendous difference one way or the other. So let's add one more bead. Again, insert the hook into the bead, catch the needle and slide it off the left needle, or catch the stitch, slide it off the left needle, slide your bead down over the stitch, and return the stitch back to the left needle, and then knit that stitch just like normal. And you can see we now have 3 beads added. This method does cause the bead to compress the stitch a little bit, so it does make the beading a bit more noticeable, but it also locks that bead in place and it's not going to move on your finished work. So now you know how to add beads with a crochet hook.